The RAND Formula, a story in 3 acts. Act 1. The Windsor, Ontario Strike. In 1945, Henry Ford's Windsor complex employed 14,000 auto workers, making it Canada's largest workplace. Wartime production was ramping down, and many companies, including Ford, wanted to break some of the gains that had been made by unions. United Auto Workers Local 200 had the near impossible task of collecting dues from 14,000 members each month. In a real bombshell, Ford announced it was laying off 1,500 workers. In September 1945, the union went on strike. It was unexperienced, but the workers were supported by the community, and Ford's confrontational tactics resulted in even more solidarity. To prevent a violent confrontation with police, the strikers parked their own cars in the streets around the plant, forming a blockade that lasted 3 days. The workers agreed to return to work only once the federal cabinet minister assured the union he would name a sympathetic arbitrator. They reached an agreement. Act 2. Yvon Rand. Enter Justice Yvon Rand. The 4 key elements of his decision were: wildcat strikes during a collective agreement shall be illegal. All employees that benefit from a union shall pay union dues. There will be automatic dues checkoff in all collective agreements. The Grievers Union representative role, responsibilities, and legal protections. In Quebec, the government of René Lévesque included the RAND formula in the Labor Code in 1977. Union dues are important to ensure that all unionized workers can enjoy the rights and benefits negotiated in their collective agreement. They ensure financial stability to carry out its programs to properly defend all its members. Prior to the RAND formula, union officers would have to ask workers one by one to pay their union dues. It was very time-consuming. For some members, it was tempting to avoid paying dues while continuing to enjoy the benefits and rights that resulted from a collective agreement. That created an inequity between union members, with a potential for tension without union ranks. Act 3. Right to work. Right to work is legislation adopted by many American states that includes provisions that remove the obligation for employers to deduct union fees and the obligation for workers to pay union dues. Unions must nonetheless continue to represent both members and non-members and negotiate for them all. The impacts of right to work appear include fewer resources to initiate political action, cutbacks in member services, lower annual salaries for workers, lower likelihood of obtaining employer-provided health insurance or pension, smaller strike funds, employee inequities, and decline in solidarity. In short, a considerably more lopsided power balance in favor of the employer. While such legislation is only found in the United States, it would be a mistake to think that it could not come to Canada. With right-wing governments waging an open war against labor unions, the right to work is on our doorstep. But if any government tries to attack the RAND formula, we will stand our ground. Stronger together.